What does it take to go from great to unstoppable? The 2026 Australian Open wasn't just another Grand Slam victory for Carlos Alcaraz, it was a statement that his evolution from promising champion to dominant force was complete. In 2025, Alcaraz was already elite. A 71-9 record, tour-leading return stats, multiple Grand Slams. But there were cracks, pressure moments that got to him, breakpoints that slipped away, service games that became battles instead of formalities. In Melbourne 2026, those weaknesses, gone. Today, we're breaking down exactly why Alcaraz didn't just win, he dominated. Smash that subscribe button because this analysis reveals what separates good from great and great from legendary. Let's start with the biggest evolution, the serve. In 2025, Alcaraz's serve was good but not great, the weakest part of his game against elite competition. His service games were solid, holding around 91%, but against top returners like Djokovic, Sinner, and Medvedev, his serve came under serious pressure. The stats tell the story. Alcaraz faced approximately 0.28 breakpoints per service game in 2025. Over a 5-set match, that's 3 to 4 breakpoints per set. His save rate, only 68%. Getting broken once every 3 or 4 times he faced pressure, not good enough for Grand Slam dominance. The offseason changed everything. Alcaraz and his team rebuilt the serve from the ground up. More consistent ball toss, more stable trophy position, better power transfer from legs to shoulder, and crucially, unpredictable variation. The Australian Open 2026 results were stunning. Against Tommy Paul in round 16, Alcaraz faced 3 breakpoints and saved all 3, 100%. Against Djokovic in the final, he faced 6 and saved 4. That 67% might look similar to 2025, but here's the difference: context. In 2025, many breakpoints came against mid-tier opponents in low-pressure situations. In 2026, Alcaraz saved breakpoints against Djokovic in a Grand Slam final. In crucial moments, first games of sets, deciding games. The raw percentage might look similar, but execution under maximum pressure had skyrocketed. Serve speed increased noticeably. First serves consistently hit 200+ kilometers per hour, some touching 215 kilometers per hour. More importantly, his second serve had more kick, pace, variation. Opponents couldn't step inside the baseline with confidence anymore. This cascaded into everything. Easier holds meant more energy for return games, more confidence in pressure moments, more free points when needed. Now the backhand, where evolution became devastating. In 2025, Alcaraz's backhand was solid but sometimes defensive against elite opponents. Players like Djokovic could push him back with heavy topspin, force defensive slices, then attack the short ball. In 2026, his backhand transformed into a weapon. The key? Spin. Massive, heavy topspin that pushed opponents behind the baseline and opened the court. Alcaraz was loading his backhand with spin rates rivaling Nadal's forehand. The ball kicks up, forcing opponents to hit from uncomfortable positions. This devastates someone like Djokovic. At 38, Djokovic thrives when he can set up on the baseline and use his defensive skills. But when you're pushing him 3, 4, 5 meters behind the baseline with heavy topspin, he's not controlling points, he's scrambling. A defending Djokovic at 38 is far less dangerous than an attacking one. Shot selection improvement was equally crucial. In 2025, Alcaraz sometimes went for too much too soon. He'd create an opportunity and immediately try to end the point with a massive winner. Sometimes it worked, sometimes unforced errors handed momentum back. In 2026, shot selection became surgical. He learned when to push pace and when to construct. Against de Minaur in the quarterfinals, 4 out of 7 breakpoints converted, 57%. That's elite. That's choosing the right shot at the right moment. Even against Djokovic, where conversion was 31%, 5 out of 16, context matters. Creating 16 breakpoints against Djokovic is massive. And the 5 converted came at critical moments, after losing the first set, when momentum shifted. Compare this to Djokovic's semifinal against Sinner. Djokovic faced 18 breakpoints and saved 16. Sinner only converted 2. Alcaraz converted 5, more than double. This is the difference between great players and champions. And here's where champions separate themselves from great players: the breakpoints. Let's put this into perspective. In the semifinals, Djokovic faced Sinner and stared down 18 breakpoint opportunities. He saved 16 of them. Sinner, despite his dominance throughout the match, only converted 2. That's championship-level mental fortitude. But then comes the final against Alcaraz. The young Spaniard converts 5 breakpoints. 5. That's more than double what Sinner managed in the previous round. This is the difference between being a top player and being a Grand Slam champion. Anyone can create opportunities. The elite players convert them. Alcaraz showed he's reached that next level. When he had Djokovic on the ropes, he didn't let him off the hook. Cold-blooded execution in the biggest moments. The return game was already elite in 2025. Alcaraz led the tour at 35% first serve return points won, creating 0.29 break points per return game. But conversion was only 39 to 40%. He created tons of chances but didn't finish them efficiently against top servers. Australian Open 2026 showed marked improvement. Against de Minaur, 57% breakpoint conversion. That's a massive jump. Better shot selection under pressure, mixing returns to specific zones that forced errors instead of going for huge winners every time. The Djokovic final is fascinating. 31% conversion looks lower than 2025, but Djokovic is arguably a great server and defender. Creating 16 breakpoints against him is extraordinary, and Alcaraz converted at momentum-shifting moments, not randomly but strategically. After losing the first set, immediate break to start the second. When Djokovic threatened in the third, break it 3-3. Knockout punches delivered at exactly the right time. Here's what most missed. Net play evolution. In 2025, Alcaraz came to net opportunistically. Good hands, solid volleys, but not a primary weapon. Primarily a baseline player. In the 2026 semi-final against Zverev, Alcaraz won approximately 78% of net points. Elite territory, and this against a 6'6" player with massive passing shot capability. Why does this matter? Finishing points at net reduces physical and mental load. In a 2-week Grand Slam, every point finished in 3 to 4 shots instead of 15 to 20 adds up. Fresher legs in the second week, sharper decisions in 4th and 5th sets, sustained level when others fade. Over 7 matches, this advantage compounds exponentially. Against Djokovic, this became crucial. Construct with heavy ground strokes, push Djokovic deep, approach at the perfect moment. Not rushing recklessly like 2025, choosing exact patterns, forcing low percentage passes. When Alcaraz got to net, he was putting volleys away with authority, often wrong-footing Djokovic with angled volleys or forcing him to attempt impossible passes. This also helped protect service games, instead of long baseline exchanges on serve, which benefits elite returners. Alcaraz would serve and volley occasionally or approach off weaker returns. Shortened points, conserved energy. Physical and mental durability evolved significantly. In 2025, Alcaraz showed incredible resilience in long matches. But on fast, hard courts late in matches, there were occasional dips, concentration wavering, shot selection becoming erratic. Australian Open 2026 showed a different animal. He won a 5-hour, 27-minute semifinal against Zverev and came back 2 days later to play elite-level tennis against Djokovic for nearly 4 hours. The endurance translated more consistently into decision-making quality late in matches. Look at late-set breakpoints. Alcaraz saved crucial breakpoints in the third set against Djokovic when fatigue should have set in. He converted breakpoints after brutally long exchanges. This isn't just physical. It's mental toughness and energy management. The mental evolution deserves special attention. In 2025, pressure moments sometimes rattled him. Rushed decisions on big points, unforced errors on breakpoints, frustration after losing key games. In 2026, ice in his veins. Down a set to Djokovic, no panic. Breakpoint at 4-5 in the third, massive serve down the tee, breakpoint at 5-5 in the fourth, drop shot winner. This is a player who learned to thrive under maximum pressure. The serve technique change supported this mental evolution. Knowing he had a reliable weapon gave him confidence in pressure moments. He could trust his motion even when nerves screamed. What can we learn from Alcaraz's 2026 dominance? Marginal gains matter enormously. Improving serve speed by 5%, breakpoint conversion by 10%, net success by 15% might not sound revolutionary. But combined over 7 matches against elite competition, those margins become dominance. Evolution never stops. Alcaraz was already one of the best in 2025. He could have stayed there and still won slams. But he identified weaknesses and systematically improved them. That's what separates all-time greats. Physical tools mean nothing without tactical intelligence. Alcaraz has always been fast and powerful. But in 2026, he learned to deploy that strategically. When to go to net, when to load the backhand with spin, when to serve big, and when to serve smart. Physical gifts get you to the top 10. Tactical intelligence gets you to number 1. This Australian Open signals something ominous. If Alcaraz can make these improvements in one off-season, what's stopping him from continuing to evolve? The serve can get better, net play more potent, mental game sharper. For Sinner, Zverev, and even Djokovic, this is a nightmare. Just when they thought they had Alcaraz figured out, he's evolved. A more complete, more dangerous player. The 2026 Australian Open was Carlos Alcaraz showing the world he's not satisfied with being great, he's obsessed with being the greatest. And if this improvement continues, we might be witnessing the beginning of historic dominance. If you're a tennis player looking for personalized analysis of each one of your shots, private tennis guides, fitness routines designed by a fitness coach who works with ATP players, a 24/7 online coach, and much more, then I have something that might interest you: the Tennis Motivation Academy. The Tennis Motivation Academy is a private community with one goal: to help you improve your tennis exponentially and make high-quality coaching accessible and affordable for everyone. We've already helped dozens of players such as Rodrigo, Benedek, who has won multiple tournaments since joining, Miran, Yazan, Joachim, who won more than 5 tournaments in his first month, and many more. If you truly want to improve your tennis and reach your full potential without spending thousands of dollars on coaching, the Tennis Motivation Academy is the place for you. Join us using the link in the description. That's it for today. Leave in the comments which players you want me to analyze next. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.